All right, welcome back. Right back into it. Right where we left off, we have completed in episode one the first mission, which the game kind of uses for a tutorial, and we've been given our second mission, which is to get to the garage. So that's going to require us to drive over here to the garage entrance. I'm just going to place a marker, even though I don't know exactly what path I'm going to take yet because, well, I do, because I've been there before. But we'll head across the bridge and then kind of veer to the right over here and meander past these two watchtowers, which I don't think we'll be able to get to either one of them with this truck, so we'll do that in a later episode. Let's head over to the garage. That's again kind of an early, tutorial level unlock type of thing. Show you where the garage is because that's where you will do your upgrades and take your vehicles to other maps. It's kind of your warp point from region to region for areas that have garages. Watch out for that rock. I mentioned in episode one, I know the graphics for this game are better on PC, but they're really good even on console. Got the rain coming down, and the level of detail in the landscape is good. It's not as good as on PC, but the level of detail on the trucks and the cargo you get later on is fantastic. And there's a night and day cycle in the game. I really try to, unless I find myself in a really precarious situation, I really try to let the night cycle play itself out so I can just have that experience. It's an extra challenge, I guess. The trucks have lights on them. There's a farm to our left that we're going to drive past, and there are several early game missions that involve that farm coming up here, but we're going to go ahead and get the garage and unlock that. One of the things that makes this game so tricky is, I'm on this dirt right now, but it's really not low traction. It's very similar to the concrete. But there's other areas you hit and the truck just sinks, and you don't know until you get there. Like this area looks terrible and it's not bad at all. It's water over, the roads broken up and stuff like that, but it's not deep mud. But it's impossible to tell sometimes until you get on the surface, and the places that look like they're going to be impossible are sometimes not, and the places that don't look like they're going to be a problem can really jump up and surprise you. Alright, so here we are at the garage. Oh boy. I find the steering in this game, I'm still getting used to it, even though I've actually already started an earlier playthrough. I tend to kind of overcorrect back and forth. The wheels auto center after you've steered, but really slowly, so I tend to weave all over the place. Alright, we found the garage. You've discovered your first garage. What you've done so far is the meat of the game. Explore and discover watchtowers, complete contracts to earn rewards, and find the garage to improve and buy new vehicles. Let's go inside. There's a truck right there, which we will collect later. Fleet Star. Into the garage. All right, so this is what I was talking about. For those of you who haven't played, you can travel. It's going to have me walk through this tutorial, but you get all these spots in your garage, so you can store multiple vehicles in your garage. And you just kind of tab through. But you can put a truck in storage, which it wants me to do for kind of a tutorial. We're going to travel to Alaska. We're going to come right back. I want to keep playing in Michigan. But you can customize your truck, and it's everything from upgrades, most of which are locked right now. There is an engine upgrade for this one for $2,500. but gearboxes are locked behind, again, I mentioned earlier in the previous video, you have to discover those. Suspension is something you have to discover to get a lift. Tires are locked behind levels, so I can change over these various, I mean, I could put larger highway tires on than I have right now, but I can't put on all-terrain or off-road tires, which make a big difference. These are locked behind level 6, off-road locked behind level 8 for this vehicle or this class of vehicle. Upgrade your winch, diff lock. Again, that's a part I can find, an upgrade I can find. Spare wheel, snorkel, frame add-ons. I'm not going to change anything on the truck right now. I just wanted to show you. And you can change bumpers and roof lights and some different things. These are generally non-functional. And then change paint colors. I tend to like a lot of the default paint colors. One thing I think is cool, though, is if you go all the way down, there's usually variations on the multicolor theme all the way down at the bottom. So you get kind of the default, and then you get all the solid paint colors, and then you get these other kind of cool options. So I think I'm going to leave that one where it's at. All right, so it wants me to pack up the truck and go to Alaska as part of the tutorial. So I hit X to retain. Now I hit Y to go to the global map. I go over to Alaska and go to Northport. Oops, I need to go back. I need to hit X to go to the garage in Northport instead of just hitting A to look at the map. All right, so in this case, it brings me to the garage in Alaska. It's having me a couple steps here to finish up the traveling tutorial. So I got to go to truck storage, and it shows me the vehicles. I purchased the Platinum Edition or whatever it's called with Season Pass, so I actually get this Con Marshall vehicle as well, which is an awesome scout vehicle for just taking out if you want to go into a region and take this out and go unlock all the towers so you can see the entire map. It does not have any towing capability. There's no upgrade or different bumper, anything you can put on it. So you can't tow with it. It's a little overpowered as a scout vehicle, honestly. Anyway, so I can deploy that and then leave the garage. So here I am in Alaska. But as I mentioned, I am not going to stay here. I'm going to go straight back to the garage. So I'm just going to recover this vehicle to the garage and go straight back to Michigan. So I can retain that. No other trucks here in this garage. Truck storage, I've got these two. Okay, back to the global map. Back to Michigan and back to Black River. All right, here we are back in the garage in Black River. So I need to go into truck storage and I can deploy these vehicles. So I'll put that one in the first slot. Oops. And go over here. And I'll deploy the Con in Michigan as well. I'm going to leave the garage with this truck. And I think I'm going to go over and look at that other Is that the Fleet Star? I think that vehicle has a locking differential. This has nothing. I can have this truck. It's just sitting here. One of the fun game mechanics is that you can just take any truck that you find, essentially. Oh, that was an upgrade right there. I don't know. I must have forgotten that there was an upgrade right there. So this is engageable all-wheel drive, not available for the current truck. It's explaining upgrades. Okay, you can hit X and show the truck list. So this is available for the Fleet Star, which is the truck that's sitting there. So I've got engageable all-wheel drive. So I can bring up the functions, change trucks into the Fleet Star. Oh, it's out of fuel, but I can recover it. So now I've got this truck in the garage, and I can go and customize it, and I can actually install. So I don't have any engine upgrades. These are, I need to explore to find those. But, oh, sorry, that's the gearbox. That's like your high and low gear. I don't have any of these other items unlocked yet. Nope, diff lock. Here we go, all-wheel drive. All right, so it's rear-wheel drive right now, but I have engageable all-wheel drive ×1. And I can actually sell this rear-wheel drive part. That's something I didn't realize. I discovered it kind of several hours into my first playthrough. But I can hit, I don't need both. I can't have them both on the truck. And I can always buy it back if I ever needed to. But if I hit X to sell, it's going to allow me to sell the rear-wheel drive part for $1,000. So a little tip there. And then to do missions, I need something on this truck. I'm just going to throw the flatbed on. I like the flatbed. Very good. I think we're good. Actually, I might change the paint on this one. I'm not sure I love the brown. I kind of like that. I like the green better. Let's go with green. All right. Let me go look at one other thing. Do I have the ability to put a snorkel on this yet? Yes. I'm going to put that on. That could help with our wading depth. All right, so we're going to leave the garage and we're going to go pick ourselves up a mission. So I'm going to head back to the map. Farming tools. Wants me to deliver to the farm the curtain side trailer, which is right at the garage that I'm at. So this is an easy mission. Again, early game, kind of easy stuff. So I'm going to activate this by hitting the right on the D-pad. And I'm going to just mark my nav point at the farm for the heck of it. No big deal. And we go pick up the curtain side trailer. So you get experience points for discovering trailers, by the way. So if you're ever driving around the map and you see a house or a trailer park and there are trailers parked there, drive up to them so that you discover them, because you'll get, 30 points or 50 points or whatever it is of XP, which you need to level up. All right, so we've got the curtain side attached. And we are going to head over to the farm. Short drive. Starting to get dark. After my brief trip to Alaska. Not terribly surprising. So I think I mentioned a little bit in the first episode of this series that the trucks all handle differently. And the steering on this Fleet Star is lighter. Quicker, I guess, than the GMC. So every truck takes a little bit of getting used to. You can change your POV and go into the truck. If you're towing a trailer, so you change your POV by pushing the right stick, clicking the right stick. You can change your POV to the trailer, which can be useful if you're driving in really tight circumstances. I'm gonna hit the all-wheel drive here since I kind of lost some of my momentum going through that puddle. But you just click right and it toggles between in-cab, first person, third person, and third person trailer kind of view. I don't recall, does this vehicle have a diff lock as well? Yes, it does. I don't know that I need that right this second, but that's going to be important. This farm is absolutely just sloppy where you have to drop off stuff. Even pulling a trailer, I mean, you can... I'm just playing with a controller. It's not like I have a wheel and pedal setup or anything, but you can just feel how heavy what you're towing is by how the truck reacts or doesn't, or it gets pushed around a little bit. Like you just saw, I don't know if you just saw when I went around that corner, like the front end of the truck kind of bounced off the ground because of the weight of the trailer pulling on it. Come on, little Fleet Star, you can do it. This truck is not terribly powerful. Come on. You can do it. Here we go. 130 experience points and a little over $1,000. All right. We'll call this another episode. I will probably continue from here, but we've got a second delivery truck. So we've got two. We've got our scout truck. We've delivered our first trailer. We found the garage. We've been to Alaska. We know how to upgrade vehicles. And we will continue with some more missions.